Good morning, everyone. It's Hanifa Menon from hearthealthbrainhealth.com, encouraging healthy grieving and mindful actions. Today, my contemplative time was all about what stops people from doing something that they feel is important or necessary or even wanted. And I thought about fears. Fears stop people. And then, of course, I thought, what shifts that fear? And of course, part of it would be love, but it's courage. It's really courage. It takes courage to recognize and understand that we may be going through a time of fear. And what times come up that produce fear in people is often times of change, which are consistent and ongoing in our lives. So I came across this great quotation by Winston Churchill, and it said, "Fear is a reaction, courage is a decision." Fear is a reaction. Courage is a decision. And I thought about this. I really feel that this is very true because so often things happen in our lives that require us to change, or things are changing around us that require us to change. And our instinctive reaction might be fear. The decision to have courage. So imagine people have changes in their relationships, people have changes in their work environments, people have changes in even their work itself, sometimes a home, sometimes a possession, sometimes a life experience. So someone might pass away in our lives, or something might be lost in our lives. It could even be that feeling of security or stability that is lost, and it creates a fear. And then when we have a moment to just sit with ourselves and recognize this fear first, we recognize it will take courage to take the next step that needs to be taken or that you want to take. And what do most people do in this time? I think a lot of people get lost in the time of fear and get caught up in those fears of, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if this doesn't happen? What if that happens? Did I make the right decision? Even when people are making decisions, they have a fear of maybe it's not the right decision. And all of that just holds us back from the proper flow of moving forward. So today, I would love for you to think for 5 minutes and sit and reflect about what kind of things bring you some fears. So even if you were to think about one thing, if it happens to be change, certainly that's a huge area, right? So lots of people are going through different changes. Our world is going through changes. COVID times are bringing changes. Yet, there will be one thing that this is what I fear. I fear losing a loved one could come up. I fear losing my job could come up. I fear having stability. I fear that we're never going to be able to travel again. All of these things are fears. And remembering that it takes courage to move beyond that. So, right here, right now, you're in the space that you're in. What is the step that you can take that brings you closer to a place of comfort for you today? So, if you can spend 5 minutes and do that, you can acknowledge which fear might be there, might be at the background of your mind, might be at the forefront of your thoughts. And if it just sits there, you're not doing anything. You will not get any relief from that discomfort that is pushing you into action. So for 5 minutes, think about the discomfort, that fear that is holding you back from taking a necessary step. And then think about what would give you the courage to take that necessary step. I found this other quote that I'd like to end with, but I also want to read a reading to you, a very short one that after I had found these quotes, I came across something that I felt really resonated with me. So first of all, I'll tell you this quote by Mark Twain. And he says, "Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear." Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. And I thought that was very fitting. And then, of course, I would find something else that just came up. And I had to read it to you because it's so, again, fitting in terms of my experience. And I'm hoping it might be fitting to some of your experiences. This quotation is by an author named Abdul Kalam, and it says, "I never used any outside influence to advance my career. All I had was an inner urge to seek more within myself. The key to my motivation has always been to look how far I had to still go rather than how far I had come. Shall I read that again? I never used any outside influence to advance my career. All I had was the inner urge to seek more within myself. The key to my motivation has always been to look how far I had still to go rather than how far I had come. And this so resonates with me. I hope it resonates with you, and I hope you remember, transform your mind and transform your life. Have a great day, everyone.